Jay Clark here. Today we're going to give you some tips on installing a new FMF RCT muffler with a full system on your CRF 450. The current model, 09 to 12, same bike, pretty much. So everything will be relative to that. Going to give you some tips on how to do that, and it's a pretty simple process, of course, but just like to give you some tips on how to do it the FMF way. Start by removing the seat bolt and the side number plate. Right here, you're going to remove the bolt for the stock muffler. Right behind the bolt, there's a little thin steel washer. You want to kind of keep that with it. Now there's the lower mount, and next we'll remove the clamp. On the clamp, we're just going to loosen the clamp. You don't have to take the bolt all the way out. Just loosen it a ways, and then the stock muffler will pull out right off the back. Of course, with the brand new system, a little easier, comes right off. The clamp stayed there, and we'll just grab the clamp, keep it with the stock muffler. So now we'll want to loosen up the two nuts that hold right to the head. The head are on. Just loosen them carefully, and the pipe will fall right off. Just like so. Right here, you want to inspect the crush gasket that's on there for the exhaust manifold. So inspect that area, and if it looks like it's bleeding out or too crushed, then we'll install a brand new one. Here's an exhaust flange gasket right out of a Cometic top-end gasket kit. And if your stock one's damaged, you can install a brand new one of these right in there so you can have optimal performance. So at this point, we're going to put up the new header. We're just going to hold it up there by hand and then start the nuts by hand. We're going to start each one. You just want to be careful that you're lined up, and you want to put both the nuts on evenly so you see the same amount of thread sticking, coming out from the nut. And you just want it just loose enough to where the pipe will still move around right now. So at this point, we're going to install our mid pipe, and it just goes on nice and snug. You just put it on, and then the pipe springs. Get out your old reliable two-stroke pipe spring puller, and you can just pull these, not too bad, just nice and taut, and that'll hold the pipe right there. And they stay on really well, and no real maintenance required there. Just keep an eye on those. At this point, we're going to put our tailpipe on, our muffler, and so you simply guide yourself on, and just little twists, and we'll work it right on. So it's a real good fit. And then we're going to put our lower muffler bolt in. And this is the one that FMF supplies with the muffler. It's a little bit longer. And now we'll put in the rear bolt. And don't forget to put in back the stock thin washer that goes right behind. So we'll put that, you hold that behind, and then start the threads. You're going to start them by hand. Always nice start by hand. And now at this point we can tighten up. So we can start getting everything tight. So now we have these two tight, and our pipe springs are on, and now we'll just go tighten up the header bolts. So now we're going to snug up our header nuts right here, and you just kind of do them back and forth evenly. You don't want to go too much, and you're going to see the even amount of studs sticking right even with the nut. And on certain bikes it'll come out, and if it does, you want to have the even amount of thread sticking out or below the surface. Okay, so now that our flange nuts are tight, all of our bolts are tight, all we have to do is reinstall the side number plate, and we're ready to hit the track.